Hi, I am Earth Your Aura 1111 Oracle. Thanks so much for tuning in today. Thanks for all of my new subscribers, y'all. Welcome to the tribe. And for those of you that are my A1 day ones that have already been here, welcome back. All right, what's up, you all? So let's go ahead and get into this reading for the collective. And we're starting out this with heavy energy surrounding a channeling for the divine masculine. First and foremost, I want to give thanks to the Most High, Jesus Christ, Yeshua. Thank you for intuitive wisdom, spiritual protection, and provisions. May every evil eye go blind. May every monitoring spirit be stopped. Thanks for the angels and ancestors for assisting us in this reading. Amen. Ashe yo. So, as we begin this energy, is what I have here is no bad vibes allowed. Then we also have the train wreck card, self-sabotage, gaslighting, childhood trauma, and also we have relocation. Wow. And on the back of this, we have the awaken to integrity. Many of these individuals, is what I'm picking up, is they literally were betting on the divine masculine to be in a very distorted energy. I'm picking up that they may have thought that if the masculine would be in like a cloud of smoke. Yeah, some of these people picked up on vices that the masculine may have been interested in, and they were betting on keeping him in a manipulative position. Like they were manipulating things that the masculine may have had in their lives. You know, some of these masculines did not see the intentions of these people, but it took major dysfunction for the masculine to really waken up to their integrity and to literally eliminate these bad vibes out of their lives. And I'm also picking up too is that this was an aspect of the masculine having to come to terms with their own levels of dysfunction, you know, things that they may have picked up from their own childhood. You know, it's like unfortunate. Some people place a lot of blame on um, the masculine energy. And again, gender is fluid when it comes to this, but I'm definitely speaking in regard to men because there's a heavy energy surrounding placing the onus on a lot of dysfunction. We're picking up with men, and it's just like we have to realize that although they grow into men, they still have that inner child. And so many of them have a lot of wounds in their core, like their foundation. Many of them didn't even have a chance, is what I'm picking up. And so some of these people were betting on the masculine to remain in that type of energy. With the relocation card coming up here, and just understand that by you awakening to your intuition, some of these masculines may have been propelled into a level of sobriety, renewal. Yeah, I'm picking up on this. They got into this space in order to really see things clearly for what it is. And those that may have, like, I'm definitely picking up heavy eavesdropping energy. Like some people that were like in the vicinity of many of these energies, they had nothing to do in their lives but to literally spy, eavesdrop, very pathetic beings, and they wanted the masculine to be in that type of energy of just consuming toxicity, okay, in the form of just diluting themselves, jeopardizing their connections. And it even may have taken the feminine to pull out on this connection. No bad vibes allowed for the masculine to really awaken to their integrity. And it's grateful, like, wow, divine masculines, you should be very grateful for who you are in this moment, because many of these people wanted you to think less of yourself, which is why many of them may have even encouraged you of being in a very karmic lifestyle, like literally being for the streets. And it's because these people were envious. Understand too, by your awakening to your intuition, you avoided major karma. You avoided not only that, but you may have cleared some karmic debt out of your life because you awaken to the shenanigans and you realize that, okay, these people wanted to keep me in a cloud of dysfunction or like swimming in alcohol because they wanted me to be stuck and stagnant with them. Wow. Spirits want you to know that relocation is happening for you. So even if you're not sure of how this is going to happen, it is happening. Some of you have already relocated, but just know that God is ordering your steps and you're getting the opportunity to actually tap into the beauty of awakening to who you are. These people never wanted you to realize who you are because, again, with the train wreck card here, self sabotage, a lot of these people really were more happy, were more ecstatic about the divine masculine being a deviant or a dysfunctional energy. In fact, many of them literally gave the masculine bad advice. Wow, this was intentional. This was a sneak attack. But they never bet on the masculine actually awakening to their power, to who they truly are. They never thought that would happen. We have the highest version. Wow. So this is actually something that's happening for the collective right now. They're awakening to their higher version of themselves. Okay, stepping out of the shadows into the light. For some of them, this could look like going through the process of grief and loss recovery, is what I'm picking up. Wow. Many of the masculines are having to deal with a lot of betrayal here. And what I'm also picking up too, in regards to this card, they could be feeling very upset, like literally pissed off, literally mad. Some of these masculines, they're awakened and it's not a pretty sight. It may look like them spazzing out on people, but again, they're having to like heal from a lot of inner child wounds, betrayals. These people were setting these masculines up, but they didn't realize that once the masculine aligned with the feminine energy, because the very first card that was out here was the no bad vibes allowed. Like, this feminine energy was something the masculine was not prepared to embrace because they're not familiar with true love. Many of them believe that most people are snakes. Many of them grew up on survival mode. And the feminine energy you may have too in some aspects, but you ascended from that. Wow. To show someone, to confront a person with his own shadow is to show him or his own light. Wow. Out of the darkness into the light. And so there could have been things that had to come to the surface in order for this to truly be a sense of awakening for the masculine and the feminine. All right, give me just a moment, y'all. Give me a few minutes. Let me arrange something in here and then I'll be back. Okay, thanks you all for waiting for me. All right, I had to stop and yeah, yeah. Some major shadow work is being oof. This is some heavy energy, y'all. Like, look, I was meaning to put this message out, this channel message out, but it's like everything started going a little crazy around here when I began to do this message. This is a sign. There's a lot of demonic energy that's like being revealed right now. And many of the masculines may have even felt as if they have begun to embody that demonic energy. Some have even gotten to that space of um like really defending themselves, being like maybe more angry. And it's because many of them are awakening. They're awakening to who they truly are. There were a lot of people playing games with them. A lot of manipulation was happening. Wow. Even as I say that, we have the targeted individual card coming out. And literally, many have a substantial reason of feeling targeted. Many of these masculines have a true divine light that is exuding outside of themselves. And, they can feel as if people are stalking them, people are literally gang stalking them, right? Yeah. Wow. And so many of the masculines, they may have confused the gang stalking with something negative, like these people are out to get them. Um, Many even see it as bad news. But what is actually happening is that many of these masculines are very divine. Like they have great characteristics, a lot of healing qualities, but they're really annoyed with these people that are coming around them. Um, they don't want the attention. And another aspect of this too is they feel as if they just want to fit in, but they stand out. And it's propelling them to awaken to their true integrity, because it's just like there's no matter how much they try to blend, they can't blend in. They are born to stand out. And so it may feel as if they're targeted, but what is actually happening is that they're awakening to who they truly are, and them feeling unworthy is causing them to focus on healing these core wounds. Okay, there's a lot of greatness within the collective of these masculines, and these people want it so bad for the masculine to constantly go through karmic cycles. Many even try to get the feminine to turn against the masculine, because there is a great mission that is at hand for the collective of masculine energies. And again, everybody's mission could look completely different, but there is something that the masculine energy is supposed to be providing in this world that demonic forces are trying to keep them, so caught up in karma, so caught up in dysfunction and low frequencies that they forfeit their blessing. Well, even as I said, that we have broken trust. So literally, oftentimes in these readings, people speak heavily in regard to the divine feminine, but I'm channeling the energy for the divine masculine because it's about balance. Many of the masculines, to even get to the point where the divine feminine may have had to put up boundaries, was because many of the masculines have had broken trust. Yeah, exactly. This is what is happening to a lot of them. A lot of them may have rejected, even though they know that this is a true connection. Many of them may have rejected it. Wow, I'm even stumbling to say this because many of them may want to, pour out their heart to you, but they're not even in the energy to do that. They feel like that's a sign of weakness to really share how they feel. They could have been conditioned in that way, but the broken trust is being healed at this time. Let me straighten up these cards. I don't want to have the cards just thrown all over the place, because literally it was a mess. A lot of things these masters have gone through. Some of the things they're not willing, or at this point, I would say, they're not prepared to really share those things with you. But this is why Holy Spirit, I'm channeling through Holy Spirit, the Most High, Yeshua, Mashiach, Jesus Christ, okay, is wanting you to understand that there is a major process of healing that's happening. Many of these masculines do feel targeted. There's people that are literally coming at them. People are trying to make them stay, literally encourage them to stay in karmic cycles. So they're having to fight against a lot. Wow. even as I said that we have the ancestral card coming out here too. So many of them too may have felt like the only person that really cared for them was like a grandmother or something like that. This could have been a grandmother or some type of mother figure, and they don't have that currently. So it's just like many of them feel like they're in some level of free fall in society. Let's continue. And again, for some of them, it could be a grandfather energy, but they're going through this process of soul growth. They're awakening to who they truly are. And a lot of it, too, is because they fear losing out on this connection. Many of them are awakening to their intuition like never before. And they're so grateful that they were able to awaken to their intuition, because literally, this has been the catalyst. Fearing losing out on this connection forever has set the tone for them to actually go through this process of healing. They're at a major crossroads, y'all. Major crossroads. They're not necessarily sure of how this process is going to work out, but they're putting their best foot forward and awakening to their integrity. They realize that integrity is the only way forward through this spiritual journey. Many of them have tried the integral path, but with the broken trust here and the grief, loss, and recovery, they may have had some level of betrayals or pain that weren't dealt with. Okay, this was definitely core things, a lot of traumatic things. It could have been abuses. I mean, some of them had like some severe things that happened to them that is like literally coming to the surface. They can no longer avoid it. And many of them too are coming to the understanding that the people that they thought, literally I'm picking up, they thought they were impressing these people, but these people were betraying them. Some of these same karmic individuals that were encouraging the masculine to um, put this connection at jeopardy, at stake, we're jealous of the connection the masculine has with the feminine. And so, with the beware of frenemy card, many of them are coming to the understanding that some of the same individuals they were trying to impress, they weren't trusting their intuition. Many of them were so into their vices or addictions that they weren't fully paying attention, that these people really were trying to snake them. These people couldn't have this connection, so they were seeking to destroy it. And again, for some of them, this could have been like mother figures, sisters, brothers, even. Hopefully, I got the volume up good enough. Yeah, many of them were the gambler. Like they put a lot of this at risk, this connection at risk. And a lot of it had to do with a feeling of unworthiness. Yes. Strong feelings of unworthiness. But they're realizing that this is a true divine twin souls connection, and they're wanting to come out of this gambler energy. All right, many of them are beginning to trust their intuition, because if they kept avoiding their intuition, like literally trying to drown out their pain, trying to numb their pain, they were continuing to go through many cycles again and again and again. And now they're moving out of a space of feeling spiritually bankrupt. A lot of this too is guided by the fact that they see how you may be moving divine feminine. Wow, even as I said that, we have the 7777 card. So this is a major sign. Like this connection is literally hitting the jackpot. Not only when it comes to money, but the reason many of them feel spiritually bankrupt at this time is because they don't have this connection anymore. But it took for you to allow the masculine to find their own way. Many of them are going through a major level of healing right now, and they're trusting their intuition. We have the 1111 card coming out here. Gateway portal is here. The magic begins, no turning back. And they realize too that there is no turning back. Like the only way through this is literally to face the shadows, to do the healing work. That's the only thing that's going to happen, and to go through this actual metamorphosis. Many of them have seen you go through a metamorphosis of some sort, in the form of healing. You may have even had to heal from the masculine, but what is happening too is that they're realizing that those toxic vibes that they were amongst in the form of so-called friends, family, is not where they want to be. They're wanting to come out of that karmic energy. It's unfulfilling. Some of these people really sold these masculines a pipe dream and they fell for it. Wow. But this is also representing exiting the matrix. They were literally just programmed. Many of them were just doing what society tells them to do. And it has left them feeling spiritually bankrupt. Okay, let's pull some cards from this other deck. Let's go with the this is the Yang Yang Oracle deck. Let's see what we have here. Wow. Even before I move forward, we have the Breaker of Generational Curses card. So, I mean, this is definitely summing up to why many of the masculines weren't trusting their intuition, because a lot of, I mean, trusting your intuition is being in tune with your emotions. A lot of the masculines were shut down early on from trusting their emotions, their intuition. Many of them were just guided by what it is that they were expected to be or do, and they felt like it's left them very void. Many of them were programmed, they were conditioned to be disrespectful, to disrespect themselves, but they realized that taking a risk, risking this connection, risking themselves, because many of them were throwing all caution to the wind in regard to their own lives and in regards to their own health. And there were many people around them that were contributing to it. These people were rooting them on for failing. So the masculine had to realize at some point that, wait a minute, these people are more happy when I'm down on my dick. Like literally. Man, look, I don't even be talking like this, but it's just the masculine energy that's coming out here. Like many of them, there's something that happened to the point where the masculine realized that these people felt more at peace. Like they were cheering the masculine on when they were jeopardizing their lives, when they were out here and being wounded and wounded others. And even there were some karmic females that the masculine is just like, this is just not it. Many of them felt deceived. This could have been, I'm definitely picking up, this was a heavy influence by, this could have been brother figures. Some could have even been sister figures. Many of them have grown up with very toxic sisters, is what I'm picking up. So it's just like, they just assumed that all women were this way. And so this is where the awakening has come forth, because divine feminine, you're in this butterfly energy, you're ascending, you're breaking off generational curses within your life too. And so this is letting the masculine see, like, wow, not all women are that way. This has been a major awakening. Because some of these masculines just thought like, okay, I'm gonna just play the field because all these women ain't shit. That's literally what I'm picking up from these masculines. But in their heart of heart, they know that this love is real. And so this is that glimmer of hope that they have for the connection. And being that you broken away from karmic cycles with the masculine as well, it's awakening them, and they're seeing like, wow, this is somebody that actually loves herself. Okay, by you deciding that, okay, I'm not tolerating certain things. Wow. And that caused you to get into the space of being very closed off. The masculines could be picking up on this energy as well. But divine feminine, you may have gotten into this energy of closing yourself off, feeling very guarded, and because you needed to. And this is also mirrored with the masculines. Many of them at this time are feeling closed off to people that they once, just had all in their lives. These people were running amok in their lives, and they had to literally close themselves off. These people were leaving them feeling fragmented, vulnerable. But some of these same people did not have their back. They may have been there for a lot of individuals, and when these masculines were in their time of need, these people were ghosting them. This was a harsh reality for the masculine to face, because literally fear of losing out forever. These people, they wanted the masculine to literally gamble the connection, to gamble their lives away. They wanted them to feel broken. Wow. No wonder some of these masculines were feeling spiritually bankrupt. They were feeling like, I mean, wow. Some of these masculines were even feeling as if life is not even worth living. I mean, they may not really say this on the surface. Of course, they may like carry on this type of demeanor. Like it may give off that, They got it together. But at the core of it, when nobody's around, many of these masculines are feeling like just literally throwing in the towel. Like they're feeling like giving up because even people that they thought were their A1 day ones, those people have switched up on them. A lot of those people have took pleasure in seeing the masculine go through misfortune. Wow. So it's like divine feminine. With you resting in your divine feminine energy, would you still holding space for your masculine? Many of you divine feminines have decided to, you know what, instead of just completely give up on the connection, I'm going to save space for the masculine to go through their healing. And I'm going to focus on myself. These masculines are inspired by this. Because if it wasn't for this energy, man, these masculines would have given up like completely. Your prayers are very helpful when it comes to the masculines because your prayers are giving them courage to trust their intuition. Many of them want connections outside of themselves, but there's a lot of people around them that just ain't right. Wow. Even as I say that, we have the attraction card. Okay, so, and we also have action, courage, Jupiter beginning, Jupiter and Mars cards both coming out. There's a lot of power that's happening right now. Like by you holding space for your masculine, trusting your intuition, divine feminine, it is increasing the attraction a masculine has for you. And they're wanting to like, it's like giving them hope that, okay, this life is literally worth living. Like all hope is not lost. Like you give the masculine hope for humanity because many of them feel as if like so many people are just fucked up out here. Yep. A lot of people put the masculine in a lot of deception, but with this card coming out in the reverse, now they're peeping game. They're peeping people fruit because many of these people were literally doing things to create chaos when it came to the masculine, when it came to you, divine feminine. But now, with this card coming out in reverse, they peep that these people were deceptive the whole time. Wow. Their vision is no longer blurry, it's clear. At one point they may have had these rose colored glasses on. They were thinking like, oh, this my boy, this my brother. He would never do me like this. Okay. I mean, for some, they even got toxic fathers. Wow. I'm picking up that this could represent too a healing of a father wound. Like many of them did not have the best relationship with their father or their mother. And so this could be why many of them were seeking to impress people that literally did not mean them any good. Wow. Okay. But the change is happening. They're gaining the courage, even though this is a feminine energy on this card. Like this could also represent the fact that some of the masculines feel in some way kind of weak from having to move on from these people, but there's true strength with moving on. At this point, they realize that this is the only thing that's going to really salvage their lives and to turn their lives around. And a lot of it too is because divine feminine, you've moved into the space of being very guarded. You begin to guard your heart from the connection, and that says a lot because many of them are used to karmic feminine. I mean, again, they may have been raised around women that were very karmic, that enjoy toxicity, enjoy the back and forth, enjoy, the getting your lick back. You didn't decide to get your lick back. You decided to focus on yourself. And being that you trust your intuition, now the masculine is trusting their intuition and they're being guided towards healing. So continue to lend space for your masculine during this separation process. You can pick up on when love is real. And I know sometimes people will say things like, if he spin the block, don't let him come back. Or look, God forgives us so many times. Like literally. And it's not to say you should be a fool or anything, but during this separation process, there's major healing that's happening. So you might not want to block your blessing because major karmic cycles have ended. These masculines are awakened to the truth of what needs to be healed within them. And by you focusing on yourself, okay, staying in your place, not, doing the work of the masculine or not trying to take on a counterfeit or replacing the masculine, but literally holding space for your masculine to go through this process of healing. Many of them are having to cut off major connections that they thought they never would have. This could be in the form of, separating from relatives, so-called friends that they've had. But they're going through this process, and again, they're longing for you as you're longing for them as well. But the same space you needed to heal from certain things, they needed as well. And just be prepared that they realize that true nurturing, true loyalty, true connection is within you, divine feminine, and they're guided towards coming into alignment with you. This is something you can't just get on the clearance track. You can't just get this from anybody. Okay, truth, especially nowadays, loyalty, someone that really cares about you, and in your absence, they're picking up on that. They're trusting their intuition. And again, both of you could be getting dreams about this connection, about each other, but just know that what God put together, no man or no woman can tear apart. Many of them feel indebted to this connection, indebted to you. You could be married, you could be going through a separation. For some of you, they see your commitment as like a marriage. So just be prepared that they're coming in for reconciliation and restoration. It's a beautiful process, and just lend the same compassion that you expect for yourself. Bye.